And yesterday, I'm going to have to prepare a little better. My mind doesn't click like it used to, and I'm saying a lot of ums. I listened to my flight yesterday in the F-15 over to Watertown, I think it was, in New York, over near Lake Ontario, and we're going to visit the Thousand Islands in the Cub. So we are recording. Let me go back here, and Guy, the last airplane that Guy owned, this is kind of his memorial flight. And yesterday I didn't even know, I couldn't be sure. I took us over Camden and Rockport, but today there's harbors just the other side of the peninsula here, off to our right. There's a little peninsula, and then we come to a little harbor, and you'll see that the harbor it's called Rockland, is actually probably the bigger port, and we'll go over that, and then we fly on north up the coast, and probably a couple of miles later we run into Rockport and Camden, and they are separate little ports. So, of course, a cruise ship comes in. I don't think they can dock, but they could sit in either one of those little bays or coves right there. So we're gonna take off here, and we still have 527D instead of BC, but we can pretend with my flying around the Delta. That was for Delta Dundee. Taking the brakes off. Here we go to say goodbye to Guy. A little flyover on his last known, and I got to get back to the middle here. There we go. And now we're going a little too far the other way. There we go. Get the wheels up and the flaps up. There we go. Get the nose down, bring the power back a little bit, because we're not going to go very high. So this is where Rockland is. Let's see if we, yeah, it's a little better. Possibly my rudders are sticking just a little bit. But the Beech Bonanza is just a beautiful airplane. The initial release of this after World War II was the Beech Bonanza, and it had a V-tail. Had a fork tail. So here we go. We're going to fly over Rockport first. Beautiful coves up here. We'll get in behind here and then pop up. And so I'm sure in his last years that he spent some time in Rockport, around the docks, the little coves and the marinas, looking at the boats. Love looking at the boats. And we have the flaps up. Yep. So this is Rockport. And then the next one is I'm getting them back with this was Rockland, right there, Rockland. And looking back is Rockland, is right in there. And then we're coming up. I guess this might be Highway 1 right along here. Yeah, I see one on my laptop, so that's Highway 1 going right up the coast. And then we see Glen Cove. This is called Glen Cove. And his son is a doctor, and his son lived up here. I'm not sure where his daughter was. He had a brother, and the brother's been gone for a while. The brother lived down in North Carolina, maybe Virginia or North Carolina, and he used to fly his Bonanza down there. Before that he had a Mooney, and he ended up having a instrument flight instructor's rating. He had his multi-engine, commercial multi-engine. and flight instructor, but he also had he could instruct on instruments, which I never got the ability to instruct on the instruments. So this little area right here could be I lost my map. Could be Rockport. Going right up in here is Rockport. So and he was real close to here. I think he was in between Rockport and Camden, which is the next one up. And unfortunately, my sister's, even though she dated him, she wouldn't understand what I'm doing here. Her short-term memory is gone. And then the next here is Camden. So where the cruise ship would park beats me. I have no clue. Here's Camden right there. So goodbye, guy. We'll miss you. Look at the mountain right here. So then we'll fly over, see if we spot an airport. Let's get our little chart down, see if we have an airport up this little valley here. I don't know what ME14 is. Camden, Maine, Bald Mountain. And we'll see if we can land there, just for something different.
500.
And we better bring it back on so we don't miss it. There it is. So it's right over here, and it made to be too small to land on. There's a little spot right up there.
500.
So I don't know, and let's just go on up the coast, and we'll land right here. Hancock County and Bar Harbor. I've always heard about Bar Harbor, never got there. I got to Blue Hill, but never to Bar Harbor. So let's bring it around. We'll go around the mountain, the little inland waterways. Say goodbye to Camden. Look at the little docks right in here. At least they're not underwater. So we'll fly around the mountain and go into close to Bar Harbor.
500.
And we'll get right down here. Give it a little more juice. Yeah, I'm not sure how long that other airport when it doesn't show. Let's see, we're just about aiming at it right now. So yeah, what I do is just look at how the nose is pointing in that direction. So it's not on that side. We stay on this side to find it. And this is 100 scale, so we'll take it down a little closer,
500.
like that. Look, here's a little spot right here.
500.
Little airport. We'll see if this one's big enough. And we'll take it down one more. Yep, so it's right over on
500.
the little island right here. I had a client that bought a home from me in Carmel Valley when I first got into real estate business, and they used to go up to Bar Harbor, and this could be Bar Harbor right along in here. I've never been to Bar Harbor, but he said something about let's see what this one says, Islesboro. I never heard him say Islesboro. I heard him say Bar Harbor, but we'll see. What are we, 1,200 feet? Anyway, it's the closest airport. We don't need an extended period here saying goodbye to my friend Guy. Look, we got a moon. Look at how it's part moon here, it's full moon down here. I love that. I noticed that about a year after I had the app. So we'll look at that again. I'm going to come back on the power. Yeah, it's a half moon, and it shows as a full moon down here. And it looks like we could land up to the north. And I better get paying attention here, looking for the airport. It could be it's a seaplane base, so I better bring it back up again. Yeah, it's right over to the left. And we get it slowed down, and we'll bring in the flaps and drop the wheels. Yeah, I see a little airstrip. And be ready. We've got to be ready to go around. Full flap.
500.
And we see the airport, so we got to turn that off. Oh yeah, this'll work. This'll work. And we should keep it up to about 80. Not quite 80. There we go. I hope Guy wasn't watching that. he'd be telling me to get in the center. I was only a short time flight instructor. I had only about 10 students. I don't know how many he had, but when he'd observe my shenanigans, he would say, "Oh, you bounced that one." Or he would give a critique, which is good. I need a critique. And we say goodbye, and if we had friends aboard, we would we'll go ahead and park right here. He's ready to guide us in. And he's got a little machine there too. He's got a little machine there to move us around. So we'll get around here, kill the engine, and so this is where we're going to have a picnic on this island with we've got friends, which all I know, the only friends I know that he knows, one lives close by. It wasn't a close friend. I was a little bit closer. And of course, in our last years, we did talk about airplanes, and we went to the Reno Air Races in 2011. So possibly you'll see a picture of the two of us. And we both started in Piper J3s. I believe the picture we've taken with the nose of a Piper in Yellow Cub, right in between us. It's actually, I believe, a J2, but they looked quite a bit alike. But there were numerous differences between the J2 and J3, of which I'm not familiar, but they were different. So that's goodbye to Guy, and happy landings wherever you land. And here's his final airplane. I do believe there was red and black on his airplane, but I don't remember the number. I think I saw one picture of it, and of course I never rode in it because I'm on the West Coast and When he had that, he was living in Albany, New York. Okay, that's the story. And thanks for riding along. And talk to you when we get to Thousand Islands. We're going to tour the Thousand Islands, at least some of them, in the float plane, in the X-Cub float plane. Bye bye.